Good morning. I'm so excited. Today we are gonna make 5 more freezer meals so that we can set up dinner for summer. It's called Supper Set for Summer, where we make all of the recipes for the whole summer in our freezer bag. So then this summer we can pull them out of the fridge and the freezer, grill them, bake them, throw them in the crock pot, do whatever we want with them. It is the most happy, I hate this week as I'm doing it, but I adore this week as I'm going through. It is so fun. So as you're hopping on, tell me good morning. Here's the deal also. If you will do me a huge favor, hit the share this button and we will give away a $25 Amazon gift card to one lucky person who shares. Also, here's a big favor. Give me a heart if you are doing this with me. If you're doing this with me, take a picture today of your slow cooker meals. Post them on the main Passionate Penny Pincher wall, and we will be sure we'll pick one person to win a $10 Amazon gift card. All you gotta do is post your pictures. So let me see your pictures of your freezer thing. Okay, for those of you who are hopping on and have never done freezer meals, let me tell you exactly how this works. When you click the link in the video below, you can use the code SUPPER, and you will get all of my friend Tiffany from Eat at Home. So you can get all of her menu planning resources, like all the slow cooker meals, all the whole foods, all the traditional foods. You're gonna get oodles and noodles of menu plans. She has an amazing menu planning system that's fantastic. What we are gonna do is we're using her freezer cooking challenge. As soon as you click that link, order the menu plans. Once you do that, what's awesome is she will immediately send you an email out, and when you log into your account, you're gonna get right underneath on the main page, underneath the freezer meals, you're gonna see underneath the video, you'll see a link that says Get Laurie's Passionate Penny Pincher bonus. So what you're gonna do is you will have all the recipes we're making this week. So if you're not sure where those are coming from, that's exactly where you need to go. I'm trying to be super clear this morning with where everything's at, so I'm not confusing. Okay, so who is ready to start some freezer cooking? Now I'm gonna confess and tell you, well, first of all, at the end, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of how amazing dessert was last night. Dinner was fantastic. The dessert was amazing. Tonight, we're gonna go ahead, and the first one I'm actually gonna make in the crock pot because we're gonna show, we're gonna go ahead and get these, we're gonna actually eat this for dinner. And someone asked a picture of what, so take a picture of your freezer meals. So once you've made the freezer meals, take a picture and show me what you're making. Okay, so the first recipe we're making are slow cooker ravioli. Now, this normally you would just make this in a freezer bag. I'm making this in my crock pot because we actually have to eat dinner tonight. So I thought, you know what? Dinner last night, oh my gosh, you guys, for any of you who tried the brown sugar chicken and sweet potatoes, it was amazing. I'm gonna actually split this up into 2. So this recipe, it was super good last night. Okay, so I'm splitting this recipe up. This is the slow cooker ravioli. It calls for 2 bags of frozen ravioli. Hey, oh, my thing is gonna get all mad at me. There we go. 2 bags of frozen ravioli. So I've got those in there. Can y'all see? Then I also need, so I'm gonna actually split this into 2 sections just because I'm making it more like lasagna because I'm cooking it real time. Basically, I've got already in here 6 ounces of tomato paste and half a teaspoon of sugar. Now I'm gonna add in 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of oregano. You could also use Italian seasoning to make this a little bit easier, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use these. A teaspoon of parsley, a teaspoon of basil, and a teaspoon of thyme. So I'm gonna add these in, and basically this is just a homemade spaghetti sauce. And what I'm gonna do, because I'm making it, if I was doing it in the freezer bag, I would just dump it all in. That's it. And then I'm also gonna add some garlic cloves. I gotta find my garlic squirter. Hang on. Where'd the garlic squirter go this morning? I pulled it, I know I opened it. Here we go, okay. So this is my favorite thing ever. If you haven't bought this, you need it. It's amazing. You joined last night and you wait. I'm so excited, Patricia, that you joined last night. That's fantastic. You're gonna love these. So as soon as you join, guys, all you're gonna do, click the link in the video to get the menu plans we're using. Once you sign up, you're gonna get an email to log into your account. And as soon as you log in, underneath it, it says, join Laurie for the freezer cooking challenge as the Passionate Penny Pincher bonus. So do that, and you're good to go. Now I'm splitting this up in 2 because I'm making this for dinner tonight. My family likes when it tastes kind of like, it kind of makes a lasagna is what it does. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna add this on top. If you're doing this in a freezer bag, it's gonna be even easier. I'm gonna add my ravioli on top. Now, if you're making it in a freezer bag, you're gonna add a cup of mozzarella, and you'll actually put the mozzarella inside the double bag. I'm gonna save this mozzarella for tonight, and I'll bake it on top. We're gonna go ahead and put this right here. And that is it. Super simple, super yummy. This one actually cooks for a shorter amount of time. So when you cook it, it only cooks for 3 hours on high or 5 hours on low. So that's it. That one is done. I'm gonna stick this in the back corner. I will start that before, when we're done. Oh, I forgot to put the onion in. I'm gonna leave the onion out because my family probably won't be sad to not have the onion. I would like the onion. The recipe calls for onion. It's also red onion because I was using up what I had. So I'm gonna save that and I'll put it on a salad. Okay, next recipe is, guys, don't forget to hit that share this button and use the code SUPPER at checkout to save 30% on these menu plans. I promise you will love them. My family was so happy last night, and if you hang out to the end, I'll show you what we made. It was so yummy. So good. Okay, the next thing I'm making is the slow cooker balsamic chicken and vegetables. How many of you guys are doing this on the other side of the screen with me? I hope you're making it. It would make me so happy if y'all were making them too. Here is the recipe instructions. You can see you're gonna get the menu plans that look like these and tell you what to do. And you can print them out and have everything you need. Yesterday, my big aha moment was to bag. So stick your double bag in ahead of time. We're gonna go ahead and put, this called for a pound of parsnips, a pound of turnips, carrots, onion, carrots and onion. I use potatoes because the sweet guy from the Kroger Quick List did not apparently know what a parsnip was. So he did not send me home with parsnips or turnips. So I was like, you know what? He did send me home with a bag of potatoes. We'll make that work. This is slow cooker balsamic chicken and root vegetables. It calls for a 1/4 cup of balsamic, which I think I'm gonna have just enough. Perfect. And a 1/4 cup of vinegar. I'm sorry, a 1/4 cup of olive oil. So there we go, all done. Super simple, that equal 1/2 cup. I'm gonna add that in right here. This one to me sounds like something that would be so yummy in the summertime. I will actually, do you know what I'm gonna do with this? I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna bake this one as a sheet pan. So I will make this, in fact, I'm gonna make a note to myself right now to do this as a sheet pan meal. So what I do when I wanna make a note to myself is you'll see at the end, I do this on quite a few of them. I just put a little note here that says, here, I'll show you guys so you can see. I'll say bake on sheet pan. So this one, if you get tired of crock pot meals and you're like, my family doesn't always like that, I know enough on how to cook chicken. So what I'll do, if you don't know how to cook chicken, basically I know I can cook this on 350 for probably 20 minutes, maybe longer because of the vegetables. I'll have to look that up, but I'll just look it up real fast, the timing, how to do it. And that way we're not always stuck with crock pot meals, because my family does get tired of crock pot meals. Did you use frozen? Yes, I use frozen chicken for sure. And I actually use frozen chicken breast tenderloin because my family likes the chicken tenders better, and so it's worth it to do that. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna make is, I am so curious about this next recipe, y'all. I cannot even wait. I will tell you, last night, don't forget, use the code SUPPER at checkout to snag these recipes. Last night, I did not expect last night's to be yummy, and it was so good. So I'm really excited about this one. And this is one you could actually probably do on the grill as a, in fact, that's probably what I will do with it. You can do this one on the grill as a sheet pan, like in a foil packet. So this is slow cooker lemon artichoke pork chops. It's such an interesting recipe to me. It calls for 6 to 8 pork chops, 32 ounces, this is bizarre, y'all, I've never made anything like this, of artichoke hearts. I only have 12 ounces. I'm thinking it's gonna be fine for my family. It is different. I'm super excited because this one feels like such a good grilling recipe in the summertime. I just feel like it's gonna be really yummy. So I'm gonna throw those in my bag. I'm gonna add in 2 cloves of garlic. I'm supposed to add fresh rosemary. I don't have any fresh rosemary, so I'm just gonna give it a good sprinkling. This is gonna be so yummy. a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Where'd my pepper go? Okay, pepper's not coming. 1.5 cups of chicken broth. You know what? I'm not so sure. Yeah, that should work. And then 2 small lemons thinly sliced. So these are my lemons. I've already sliced them. I'm going to go ahead and I forgot I'd missed the chicken broth when I was doing my planning this morning. So I'm gonna just use this because all we used was it was just balsamic. It'll be fine. So we're gonna add in 1.5 cups of chicken broth. And y'all, I should be using my freezer bag standy thingy because it's gonna spill. Don't spill over, don't spill over. Okay, this one I think is gonna be super yummy. You can make this in the crock pot. I think you can make it in the grill. Y'all give me a harder like if you agree and think this one will taste yummy on the grill. I feel like it's a good one. The garlic is in the produce department. Oh yeah, this garlic in the produce department. This is one thing I will splurge on. I don't splurge on everything, but I do splurge on that one. Okay, so do you guys think I can put this in the, what do y'all think? Do you think I can make this on the grill? I feel like this is just gonna be a really great marinade, and then I can make this on the grill in the summertime. I'm thinking it's gonna be a great option. Hey Sherry, glad to see you this morning. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you a ton. Don't forget guys, hit that share this button and I will enter you to win a $25 Amazon gift card for one lucky person who shares. We will also give a $10 Amazon gift card to one person who posts their picture of their freezer meal. So if you're making these with me, let me know. Grill would be good. I think that, do you love the garlic? It's amazing. Grill will be good. Bonnie thinks the grill will work. Where's my stand-up tool? I'll pull out my stand-up tool for the next recipe because this is just stupid. I should not have done it this way. Okay, do what I say, not what I do right now because this one is not wanting to fit in here. And I don't want to bust a bag. There we go. Okay, so we just have made, what have we done? 3, 2, how many recipes do I have done? I don't know. I have a couple done. We'll go with that. Okay, there we go, super easy. This is 3, that's 3 recipes done. Okay, the next one we're gonna make, this is another one that's kind of interesting. So this is the slow cooker sweet potatoes and apples in the slow cooker. So this is very different because it's actually sausage. So you're gonna take your sausage. I'm wondering if we even have to do this. I'm thinking this through. Hang on, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna put my sausage in my bag, okay? So I have my sausage in my bag. Then I'm gonna get my standy tool that I should have had earlier, that I was holding up at the beginning of the video to show you guys, and then I put it down, and I don't know where I put it down yet. Y'all, this is funny. I'm telling you what, I am having, there it is. My countertop goes nuts, just like your countertop is probably nuts if you're making these. And then I can't find anything. And this morning, I sure can't find anything. I threw it all over there while we were doing it. There we go. Okay, here we go. Now we're prepared. On this one, I am gonna go ahead and add this in. This one calls for a 1/4 cup of melted butter, so I've already done that. Then I've got my apple, which I cored and sliced while talking to my sister-in-law this morning on the phone. I'm gonna throw all of these good things in here. And the only reason that I pre-cut this is for you guys. You guys will get this done so much faster than I will, because you won't have to prep it for a video. So just throw it in the bag. Okay, there's that. My bag is not holding up at all. Hang on, let's put this in correctly. Okay. Now we're adding a 1/4 cup of butter and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. There we go. You know, I wondered that about the apples. Tiffany, this is how the recipe goes. So I'm trusting Tiffany that the apples, I think the butter and the sugar, it would be like, you know how when you take apples and you mix them with lemon cider vinegar and all of a sudden, or apple cider or apple juice or Sprite, and all of a sudden it doesn't, the apples don't turn anymore, because we're gonna freeze them and we're actually putting them in the brown sugar. I think they're gonna be fine. That's my guess. I trust Tiffany. The menu plans have not failed me yet. So I think we're gonna be just fine on this one. But I actually thought about that this morning, so we'll find out shortly. So what I am gonna do because of that is I am gonna give it a good squeeze around here to make sure that those apples get some stuff on them. So what do you guys think? What do y'all think on the apples? For those of you veterans, freezer meal people, what are y'all thinking? Is this gonna be fine? If you freeze them, they won't brown. Thank you, Sarah. Hey, Gladys. Oh, I'm sorry you're late. I'm glad you're here. Do you cook frozen sheet pan or thaw first? Angela, I would thaw it out throughout the day. I'm gonna give this a good squeeze around to make sure those apples get a little bit of butter and brown sugar on them to keep them nice and safe. And then what I'm gonna do is this is already in our other bag. So I'm just gonna put all of this in together. And this is another one, guys, I would say you could probably do on the grill if you preferred in the summertime. Basically what you're doing here is you're putting your dinner together. And then all we're gonna do is pop it in here, and you could probably make that as a sheet. You could do this one as a sheet pan meal as well. This would be a great sheet pan meal. I'm actually gonna write myself a note that right now. Sheet pan. There we go. And that way I'll remember that if I decide, I know they can all go in the slow cooker, but that gives me an option. Sometimes in the summertime, I'm not as much a crock pot girl in the summertime. So there we go. Meal number 4 made this morning. Now we're gonna scoot over here to the last meal. And I am gonna show you, this will show you how I write my notes on this. This is chicken vegetable soup. And I love this one in the summertime for to have for lunch easy, especially if you're a mom and you're not eating as well because it's summertime. This is a nice healthy summer salad that you can add with some good crackers and yummy bread. And I'm gonna show you my note. Do you see what I put on my note? This is important. If you're making this, I want you to catch this. This is super important. This recipe calls for 4 cups of water. I am not gonna put that into the bag because if I put that into the bag, I'm gonna have a bag of overflowing stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that in at the very end. So here we go. On this recipe, all we need is 2 to 3 pounds boneless, skinless chicken breast, some onion, garlic. That's where my onion came from. We'll put that onion in right here. Some onion, some potatoes, some carrots, some celery. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my onion. Does it call for any garlic? I wanna put garlic in because it's just my nature to wanna put garlic in. And that's it, okay. No, 3 cloves garlic. I knew there had to be garlic somewhere in there. Get a little good squeeze of garlic. And then I'm gonna add in, you know what I'm gonna do? Before we do this, I'm gonna add my bag around here because I've had issues with this before. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Yes, these are so great dinners for people who have ball games. Somebody said that to me yesterday. If you are struggling and you're in ball game season, we are in soccer season in our house, and it is so nice. Like last night we had dinner done. It was amazing. My husband, I have to ask y'all, this is what I do at nighttime. I'm gonna put this on here because I'm gonna spill it. When we make dinner, you guys, I feel like every night I'm waiting for approval. And y'all, I've been making dinner for 24 years. I should not be worried about whether or not my husband and family are gonna like dinner. But I get so excited when my husband comes in and he sits down to the table. This is gonna spill everywhere. Let me think of an alternative here. I gotta figure out how to pour this without, I'm gonna pour this into here over the sink top, and then I'll pour it in. Because it's worth it, because otherwise I would have a big fat mess. There we go. So anyways, last night he came home and I was like, I'm waiting for approval to hear if dinner is good. Dinner was so good. He was so happy. He said, man, that was so good. Can I have that for leftovers for lunch today? That made my day. Of course, he forgot the leftovers, and he called me and he said, oh my gosh, I forgot my leftovers. I'm so bummed. So I told him he could take them in tomorrow. But I feel like I just love knowing that my family is excited about dinner, especially my husband's, because dinner matters to him. I can eat cereal or salad every night of the week, but my husband and my family, they get sick of my cereal and salad thing. So having these menu plans done ahead of time, if you struggle with getting menus on the table, y'all, this is like I hate it for all the work it is this week, but then I love it. And I will say, I don't even know that I hate it anymore. I kind of love freezer cooking. It's kind of amazing. You love these ideas, just wish you had a bigger freezer. It definitely helps if you have a bigger freezer, but if you stack them, if you actually freeze them flat, they really don't take up all that much room. So you can do that pretty well. Okay, you guys, so who's ready to see dessert last night? Give me a harder like if you would like to see what we had. Actually, let me show you what the meals that we got done already. So here's what we made in under 20 minutes. Granted, I had some stuff done ahead of time, so that's kind of cheating a little bit. Here's my meals, all done. I mean, really, you guys. I remember, plus we have dinner in the crock pot. So yeah, I just finished 5 meals in 20 minutes. Supper is gonna be so much easier this summer. I can pull a bag out, the grocery shopping's done. Here's the thing about this, not only is the cooking done, the grocery shopping and the menu planning is done. It's right here. It makes it so easy. Okay, so here's what I know you guys wanted to see. Oh, you guys. I wish I could tell you how much I loved this lemon stuff. Oh my gosh, it is all I can do, like, to not eat the rest of the pan by myself today. I would love to tell you that my sweet family ate all of that. They ate a little, I ate a lot. Because I made it healthier kind of, so I was like, oh, I can just eat that. It was fantastic. So this is so when you sign up for the menu plans and click the link in the video, what you're gonna get is all of the Eat at Home menu plan freezer meals we're using. As soon as you sign up, you will get a one-click link that has this recipe and all the other recipes. You will get all of her whole food, no sugar, no flour, traditional and slow cooker meals. They're all printed. These are the ones I printed for this week. Here's what we're making tomorrow. Tomorrow is slow cooker chicken tiki, slow cooker cherry mustard pork chop, slow cooker mushroom tarragon chicken, slow cooker chicken tacos, and slow cooker pasta sauce. So, and I think we may have a crock pot roast in there, I think, but I could be wrong about that. Anyways, so that's what we're making tomorrow. Literally, you're gonna get all of this stuff so you can make these dinners really easy and fast. You pay as little as like $1.20 a week. Use the code SUPPER at checkout if you wanna join me. I'm gonna hop up now and I'll answer any questions because I feel like I just talked and talked and talked. Phew. I'll answer some questions now. Someone said yesterday I talk really fast. So I'll tell you why I talk really fast. I talk really fast because I'm super nervous on video and I'm super uncomfortable. Even though I've been doing Facebook Live now for years, it still hurts me every time. So that's why I talk fast. 5 dinners bought in, yes, oh my gosh, thank you, Susan, for reminding me. So here's the thing, when you make these menu plans, like think if you go out one night to eat, how much do you spend? The other day as I was doing all the grocery shopping for this, I was like, oh my gosh, I just spent $150. And I thought, you spent $150 on 15 meals plus your regular weekly groceries. You're gonna have everything you need for summer and you're not gonna have to cook, you're not gonna have to grocery shop this summer. Like, it saved me so much money. Whereas the recipe for the cheesecake, Cheryl, the recipe for the cheesecake is on the Eat at Home menu plans. It is the March freezer week. So it's right there on the link that we're using. You're headed to do some shortly. Yay, Sarah. Thank you, Mary. You're so sweet. You didn't know you could freeze raw potatoes. Yes, you can, Mary, because they're in with other stuff. Think about hash browns. You can, they're basically, it's the same concept, but they're going to have some preservative put in there. So you wouldn't want to freeze a potato if it didn't have some type of preservative, but the tomato juice will do that for you. Oh my gosh. Can you see the dinner last night? Okay, let me see. Yes, hang on. It's not a pretty dinner. Okay. So we're not looking for beauty. We're not gonna rate this one on beautiness, but here was our kale salad. Here's my husband's sweet little lunch. Look, I packed him brown sugar. I packed him such a nice little lunch right here and he didn't take it. I was so sad. This doesn't look pretty, but it was actually really, really good. I did not expect to like it because I don't like sweet potatoes. So I was like, this is gonna be horrible. I didn't eat the sweet potatoes, but I loved the chicken. Hang on, I gotta get into his dinner. Is there freezer meals that include hamburger? You have a ton of hamburger. I don't remember any of them calling for hamburger off the top of my head, but it doesn't mean there isn't. Y'all, this is not a pretty recipe. This is just what it really looked like. There's no glamour shot on that at all. You haven't been on for a bit. Cheesecake looked fabulous. It was so good. Darlene, I'm glad you're here today. It really saves a lot of money. Holly, doesn't it save so much money? It's kind of unbelievable how much money it saves. And you don't realize it, but the biggest thing is that you basically are doing your summer menu planning now. So you're doing it ahead of time. So it just takes so much stress off in the summertime. Like, I just know I can always run out. I grab a bag, I thaw it out, I throw it on the grill, I stick it in the oven, I throw it in the crock pot. It takes all the overwhelm away, which I just really appreciate. You don't like sweet potatoes either? I know, Vanessa, I don't like sweet potatoes. Taco soup calls. Yes, the taco soup calls for it, Holly. Is that on the menu plans this week? You know what? I could look. I can totally look. I'm not seeing anything unless maybe Friday. I don't see any recipes this week with ground beef. We eat keto. Do any meals fit? Stephanie, yes. I feel like these menus, so many of them fit keto. However, you would have to be careful. Yesterday's a bunch of them did. Let's just go through the recipes today. Yesterday, several of them did. Because if they don't have any potatoes, the only thing you might have is an onion, and it might have a little bit of carbs in the onion, but you could leave the onion out if you're concerned about not wanting any carbs. This one would not work because it has potatoes in it, but you could do everything minus, you could just do the chicken. So then you'd have your chicken done. I think these slow cooker lemon artichokes, I don't think there's many carbs in lemons. There's no carbs in the artichoke hearts or the garlic or the rosemary or the salt or the pepper or the chicken broth or the pork chop. So that would be a totally great keto meal. The slow cooker chicken vegetable soup, if you leave out the potatoes, would be fine. So I think you would just leave out mostly the potatoes. There's not a lot of carbs naturally in the recipes, so that makes it easier for sure. Can you use chicken instead of pork? Absolutely, Denise. That's a great idea. You made hamburger tater tot last week. Oh, that sounds so yummy, Lisa. That sounds amazing. Can you cook these in the crock pot? Yes. Amy, all of these are made and designed to do in the crock pot or the Instant Pot. I love my crock pot and I use my crock pot all year long, but come summertime, I like having the option of grilling because crock pot meals does taste like crock pot meals sometimes. And so it's just a nice alternative. It takes a little bit fresher and not cooked all day. So what's the cost of the meal plans? Stephanie, they're as little as $1.20 a week if you sign up for the annual plan. And I forgot to say this, if you sign up and you order the annual plans, I think they're like $1.20 a week when you use the code SUPPER. So be sure to use that code SUPPER to save yourself 30% because I don't want you to pay full price because Tiffany is awesome and gives you guys a great deal. When you do that, you're going to save 30%. You will also be included for annual plan people only in the Passionate Penny Pincher private group with other folks who are making dinner all year long as well. You and your husband do this. We pick out a list each week and start, and you pull out the meat. That is so, I love that. Grill them on sheet pan is a great idea. I think so too, Mary Ellen. That was a game changer for me last summer. When I realized that, we started doing this 2 summers ago. I will never not do this. I will always, until I die, I will be making freezer meals in May. So y'all can just expect that when I'm sitting here, my daughter and I were discussing how old I'm gonna be when she's 60. And I said, well, what did we figure out? When she's 60, I'll be, my youngest, when she's 60, I'll be 91. And I said, don't worry, I'll still be there baking cookies for you and making freezer meals. So there you go. We'll be doing this forever. Do you pre-cook them, then put them in bags? Nope, Stephanie, none of it has to be pre-cooked. You have a large family with the meals called to be doubled. Keisha, I don't know how big your family is. It depends on how large your family is. If it's a family, these feed 5 to 8. Generously, like our family of 5 has plenty plus leftovers. So does that help a little bit? Make sure you add in a little bit of extra chicken, so that'll help for sure. Yes, and October, summers are crazy. It is such a good idea, Mary Ellen. It's a game changer. If the leftovers are plenty, make them to add a casserole. Yes, that's a great idea. So if you have leftovers, you could always use something. You could go ahead and double them. I would double them. If you have a really large family of more than like 8, if you have 8 with little people, I feel like you're going to have plenty. If you have more than 8, you probably want to double these recipes. Can you buy the monthly plan and get the freezer meals? Yep, Karen. So if you want to just try it out for a month and see what you think, buy the monthly plan today, try it out. I promise, like you're going to spend, I think it's less than $10. You're going to get all of this stuff. I 197%, I 5,000% promise you will get back the $10 you spent on these menu plans. You just will. You can't mess this one up. So it's perfect. You don't know, but you are so thankful. Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. I'm so glad that these meals have helped you out. That totally makes my day. You love my apron. It's from World Market and it's my favorite. Okay, I think we got all the questions. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. It just makes dinner easier in the summertime. Do this now. June and July are going to be amazing. You're going to be thankful you did it. Okay. Do they come in a PDF? They do come in a PDF. Can you thaw overnight in the fridge? Yes, Lisa, you can thaw overnight in the fridge. I actually just dumped mine from freezer to I take them from the freezer, I pop them in the fridge. I take them from the freezer, I let them thaw out a bit in the morning, and then once they're thawed, after they've thawed for 30 minutes, I throw them in the crock pot and cook them frozen, and they're fine. If you're worried about it though, go ahead and thaw them overnight, and that's perfect. No question, but I was, thank you so much, Nikayla. She says, I'm happy and joyful. I hope, my family doesn't always see me happy and joyful, so I maybe need to send your message to them today. Texas State Burgers are awesome. Charity, those sounds amazing. Are they only summer meals? They're actually not. They're, you would get all of the access to all the meals, and they're not just they're not just summer meals. I just try to make them more summer-fied because my family eats a lot of crock pot stuff, so I try to make a good variance of it. Susan, I can't see your question. I wish I could. They're going pretty fast here, so let me see if I can hunch your question down, Susan. I don't see it. Sorry. What was liquid in, the liquid in the last recipe, Susan, was tomato juice. It was 48 ounces of tomato juice, just like V8, but I used the generic brands. Does that help? You had this plan for 2 years and canceled to save some money. Go and get it. You could, Karen, grab it for 1 month, get the discount, get it for a month, and then pop back off. It's lots of new recipes, yeah. There are holiday meals, Melissa. Yes, she has like during 4th of July, she'll have a 4th of July week. During Christmas, she has Christmas week. So she really makes it so super useful for you. I promise you will love these. I'm so glad it's a lot of new recipes. So I think we went through everything, you guys. I appreciate you being here. I will be here tomorrow morning, same time, same place, 9 a.m. I'll be making the May plans, which are... They will be the slow cooker chicken tikka marsala, the slow cooker cherry mustard pork chops, the slow cooker mushroom tarragon chicken, the slow cooker sloppy chicken tacos, and the slow cooker pasta sauce with sausage and eggplants. I think that's the one I'm making. I gotta check and see what I got here. So I'm so glad yes, Keisha, your mealtime. My husband, it's every time we do this, I am so amazed at how much my husband is happier when we have dinner on the table. It is such a low priority in my life. It is such a high priority in his life. So I feel like it's worth it just for that. And I know you will love these meals for sure. You guys have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be here at 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. We will talk then. Thank you.